because I'm not from LA and I don't know too much about the Bloods and Crips.
Cause it's a video of them, I think with blue rags on.
When Cash Money record first dropped, right?
Okay.
Everybody was wearing blue.
They went to the 60s one time, tried to set up a video.
Oh my God, Lysander made it.
Birdman and Slim had 3 runs. They had the first run with the Hot Boys and the Big Timers when they first got the deal.
If you weren't around during Cash Money's first run, back when Big Timers and Hot Boys videos were heavy in rotation on BET, then grainy images of Wayne and Baby wearing blue rags might seem like convincing evidence that they were once Crips. However, these images don't tell the full story.
If you look in the video, you see them with the blue, with the red. They just with the rock bandanas. You know, in our state there, we rocked the bandanas. We wasn't gangbanging in my city.
Wayne has stated that even before becoming Blood affiliated, he was always drawn to the red rag in particular. He felt that it best encapsulated his heritage and public persona.
Rapping Uptown, rapping Hot Boys, so I'm rated up anyway.
And supposedly, it had once been the unofficial emblem for Uptown, a section of New Orleans which encompasses Wayne's neighborhood.
I'm from Uptown, the red rag was always for Uptown.
However, despite this affinity, Wayne was just as likely to wear blue rags as he was to wear red ones throughout the late 90s and early 2000s. He had other colors in his bandana collection, but those two were by far the most prominent. It wasn't until the mid-2000s that the blue rag vanished from Wayne's aesthetic, reflecting his growing blood ties. As for the red rag, its symbolism evolved, from representing the Hot Boys to representing something else. Bandanas aren't necessarily worn to signal gang affiliations. Some people wear them purely for stylistic reasons, whereas others wear them to represent something other than a gang. For example, Wayne's former groupmate Juvenile wore camo bandanas, also known as soldier rags, to represent his projects, the Magnolia. An even more prominent rapper to become synonymous with bandanas was Tupac. Just like Wayne, he started wearing them before he's alleged to have become affiliated with the mob Pyru. Park wore a myriad of different colored bandanas, and they became part of his signature look. The truth is that Wayne's blue rags weren't any more evidence of Crip membership than his camo ones were of military service, or his yellow ones were of Vice Lord affiliation. Back then, Wayne wasn't affiliated with any gang. Neither were the other members of the Hot Boys, nor the Big Timers. For context, unlike in its northern neighbor Shreveport, LA gangs have never managed to gain a significant foothold in New Orleans, neither physically nor culturally. Since the 80s, there have been pockets of color-coded activity, notably in Algiers, which is situated on the West Bank, across the river from where Wayne and Baby are from. That's where G Slim was from, possibly the only Crip rapper in the city's history. Turning to the east side of the city, where Currency and Capito are from, there are alleged to be blood sets which emerged from the ruins of Katrina. Wayne shouts them out on the One Blood remix. However, for the most part, New Orleans has always been a city divided by wards, and within wards, projects, not by colors. One of the underlying reasons for the beef between Cash Money and No Limit was the fact that Baby and Slim are from the Magnolia, whereas Master P is from Calliope, two different projects within the same ward.
If y'all know him, he out there know you. He was original.
As for this widely circulated clip, which is taken from the I Need a Hot Girl music video, you don't need to know the social or historical context to debunk the claim that Birdman was throwing up C's for Crip. The lyrics tell the real story. The C's were for Coop, not Crip. The reality is that Wayne and Baby were never Crips. However, they do have historical ties to at least 2 Crip sets. And at times, they both walked a fine line between association and affiliation. The 2 Crip sets in question are somewhat unconventional. One of them reps purple instead of blue, and the other one is based more than 2,000 miles from LA. More than a decade before Crip rapper Glasses Malone inked a deal with Cash Money, Wayne and Baby were rocking with another individual known to wave the blue flag, Hot Boy Chili, who's alleged to be affiliated with the Victory Park Crips. True to their name, they operate out of Victory Park and the surrounding area. Not Victory Park in Pasadena, California, the one 2,000 miles away, in Louisville, Kentucky. Crips have operated in Kentucky since the 1980s. An unfortunate yet apt development, given the state's association with the color blue.
In particular, James is referring to the gang known as the Victory Park Crips. Metro Police say the park falls in their territory between 17th and 23rd Streets.
Rapping about that very street, Birdman name drops Chili on the track Top of the Line. In fact, his whole verse is an homage to Chili and his set. He contrasts their culture, which is all about repping colors, with his own ethos, which is centered on flossing. As for how the two first connected,
I ended up calling a number on the back of a CD. And I got in touch with Baby. Baby answered the phone. And we had a conversation for like about, I ain't gonna lie, Diesel, we had a conversation for about 2-3 hours. Off at one conversation. I'm telling him about what we doing down here in Louisville, Kentucky. And I no lie, the next day, Birdman Stunner, he called me the next day. After I had that conversation with him, he called me the next day and let me hear that song that they went in, that they recorded. I'm in Louisville on 23rd Street, hanging with that hot boy chilling. Top of the line nigga. That was the song. I got him to come down here and do a show at Louisville Gardens. At the time, I'm in school. I was living on campus and everything, but I ended up leaving with the whole Cash Money label after the concert that night.
Chili joined Cash Money as a rapper, songwriter, and music video actor, first appearing in Stunning in 1998. With the release of Big Balling later that year, Chili was not only featured in the video, but also on the hook. However, once the deal with Universal cleared and the CDs were printed, Chili's name was nowhere to be seen. He claims that he was neither credited nor compensated for his contributions.
So I went fuck with the cat for like 2-3 years in New Orleans. I swung with the nigga, block to block. But shit, I was seeing how the motherfucker, I see how he was playing with Juvie, BG, Turk, you know what I mean? So shit, I ain't want to be part of that. So I came back home.
Chili ended up defecting to Juvenile's UTP label. Young Buck was also on the roster.
Basically, you know what I'm saying, this my stomping ground, this where I'm from. All this shit you see right here, my homeboys, you know what I'm saying? My nigga Skip, my nigga Chili, my nigga Corey.
Hence why Chili gets a shout out on Bloodhound. Chili's impact on Cash Money is undeniable, but turning Wayne and Baby Crip is not part of that legacy. Wayne and Baby's blue rags and association with Victory Park have been misinterpreted as evidence of affiliation, as has this Birdman lyric. Like his bandanas, it requires contextualization. As previously stated, Birdman's whole verse on Top of the Line is an homage to Victory Park, who rep the color blue. So, by rapping "I'm so true to blue," Birdman is saluting the set, and also showing the people of Louisville that he understands the color-coded dynamics of the city. Victory Park aren't the only Crip set Wayne is alleged to have historical ties to. The evidence is in his own lyrics. In 2004, Wayne released The Drought 2. On the track So Many Places, he raps about traveling from coast to coast, and how when he's in LA, he likes to, quote, holler at Grape Street, hit the hood up. Wayne was by no means the first out-of-town rapper to pay homage to the Grape Street Crips. For example, 50 Cent had done so the year before. However, Wayne's lyric felt like more than a generic name drop. He referred to Grape Street as the hood. Not their hood or a hood, the hood.
The Grape Street Watts Crip gang mainly wears the color purple to represent Grape Street in Watts. Jordan Downs is the name of their housing projects. Grape Street Crips wear the Michael Jordan symbol upside down as a hood logo to represent their hood
The most impactful rapper to have emerged from their set is 03 Greedo, someone who has consistently cited Wayne and other Louisiana rappers as his main musical inspirations. On a cultural level, he claims that his hood was heavily influenced by New Orleans. Watts has the highest concentration of public housing west of the Mississippi. Growing up during the No Limit and Cash Money era, Greedo could relate to the gritty tales of life in New Orleans' projects, immortalized in the lyrics of artists like Soulja Slim, Juvenile, and Murder C. Structurally, the Jordan Downs bear far more resemblance to the Third Ward projects of New Orleans than they do to the high-rise ones found in New York. After the release of The Drought 2, the only time Wayne ever mentioned Grape Street again was in his 2006 Vibe cover story interview, in which he seems to confirm that he's blood affiliated but also on good terms with the Grape Street Crips. Unfortunately, we'll probably never know the origins or extensiveness of Wayne's ties to Grape Street. However, according to street legend and reformed gangbanger Bounty Hunter BJ, they date back to the Hot Boys era.
The Jordan Downs already had it. When they first came out, that Drop It Like a Hot, I believe it's that Drop It Like a Hot record, where they dancing and Drop It Like a Hot. When they first came out that record, they was promoting it. Man, they did a concert in Jordan Downs, but they ain't never come to Knicks. They went to...
The Grape Street aesthetic is perfectly aligned with Wayne's mid-2000s persona, back when he was heavily affiliated with Dipset Bird Gang, and constantly spotted with double cups full of purple drank. Perhaps if Wheezy had never met Term and the other members of the mob Pyru, then whatever relationship he had with Grape Street might have evolved into full-blown affiliation. Somewhere in the multiverse is a Grape Street Tunchi, one who reps purple instead of red, and made purple magic with 03 Greedo instead of red magic with Game.